How does a creator amass nearly 1 billion views and 2 million loyal followers, only to struggle with the basic costs of a recording studio? It sounds like a glitch in the digital matrix, but for Sina Doering, known to the world as Sina Drums, it is a daily reality. From her humble beginnings in a German basement, Sina has become the face of modern rock drumming, yet her journey is far from the glitz and glamour most fans imagine. We are diving deep into the 2026 update of her career, exploring the hidden hurdles of a YouTube superstar who has spent a decade playing the world's greatest hits while navigating a system that seems designed to hold her back. While she appears to be living the dream, the exposed truth reveals a complex web of financial struggles and creative pivots that would have broken a lesser artist. This isn't just a story about music. It's a report on the survival of a digital icon in an era where fame and fortune are rarely the same thing. We've watched her grow from a shy teenager into a global phenomenon, but the questions surrounding her business model and her recent disappearance from the algorithm have left fans demanding answers. Is she a rock star, or is she a prisoner of the platform that made her famous? To understand where she is going in 2026, we have to look at the shocking secrets of how she built her empire from the ground up, starting with the man who stood behind the camera before the first stick ever hit a cymbal. Was Sina a natural-born prodigy, or was she the result of a meticulously engineered project designed for viral success? This question has followed her since her very first upload, and to find the answer, we have to look at her father, Mike Wilbury. A professional producer and member of the Silver Beatles, Wilbury didn't just buy his daughter a drum kit. He built a world-class recording environment around her. This has sparked years of speculation and accusations surfacing that Sina was an industry plant, a talent manufactured by a professional to exploit the burgeoning YouTube market. Critics argued that her polished sound and high-end video quality weren't the result of a raw discovery, but a calculated move by a seasoned veteran. However, as our investigation shows, the reality is far more nuanced. While her father provided the tools, the brutal practice schedule was entirely Sina's. She spent her formative years isolated in that basement, perfecting the works of legends like Ian Paice and Neil Peart. The revealed truth is that while the production was professional, the sweat was genuine. Yet, this high-level starting point created a standard she was forced to maintain for the next 10 years. The pressure to remain perfect while being labeled a project by skeptics took a toll that few viewers ever saw. She wasn't just playing drums. She was defending her right to be called an artist while carrying the weight of her father's professional reputation on her shoulders. This dynamic created a unique foundation for her channel, but it also set the stage for a massive conflict with the industry giants who were waiting in the wings to take their cut of her success. What happens when your greatest talent becomes your biggest financial liability? For a creator focused on the YouTube automation of music covers, the answer is a shocking lack of revenue. Sina's channel is a masterpiece of rock history, but because she performs songs owned by massive corporations like Sony and Universal, she enters a copyright black hole every time she hits upload. In the world of music licensing, accusations surfaced that these labels are predatory toward independent creators, automatically claiming 90% to 100% of the ad revenue generated by cover videos. For Sina, this means that even a video with 50 million views might result in a payout of $0 for her. The financial reality of her career has been exposed through her reliance on community support. Without her Patreon family, the Sina Drums project would have likely offed itself years ago due to unsustainable costs. Imagine the SHT storm of realizing that your global fame is essentially generating millions for labels that don't offer you a cent in return. This forced her into a creative corner, where she had to decide between continuing the covers that fans loved or pivoting to original music that might not perform as well, but would actually pay the bills. This tension between viral fame and financial survival is the untold story of her career. She has had to navigate the DMN, difficult balance of keeping her audience engaged while essentially working for free for the world's biggest record companies. It's a revealed struggle that many aspiring drummers don't see until they are already deep in the system. And it's a major reason why her 2026 strategy has shifted so dramatically toward independence. Why did the world's most famous online drummer suddenly go quiet during the height of her digital reign? In late 2023 and throughout 2024, fans noticed a significant drop in the frequency of Sina's uploads, leading to wild speculations about her health and mental state. Rumors flew that she had burnt out or was dealing with a secret crisis that kept her away from the kit. The revealed truth, however, was much more grounded but no less intense. She was fighting to survive her final year at the ArtEZ Conservatory in the Netherlands. Pursuing a Bachelor of Arts while maintaining a global brand is a DMN, heavy load that nearly broke her. Our reports indicate that she was spending upwards of 15 hours a day between intense academic study and studio recording, a pace that was offing her social life and physical well-being. She wasn't gone. She was trapped in a cycle of perfectionism, trying to prove that she wasn't just a YouTube drummer, but a formally trained musician of the highest caliber. This period of silence was a shocking departure for a channel that thrived on consistency, and it caused her to lose favor with the robotic YouTube algorithm. By the time she graduated in 2024, she wasn't just a degree holder. She was an artist who had been exposed to the limits of her own endurance. This academic journey was a critical turning point, forcing her to realize that the old Sina couldn't survive the demands of the new music industry. She emerged from that period with a new perspective, but the scars of that brutal schedule led to the most revealed and shocking move of her career, leaving her home behind for the unknown streets of London. Would you leave a custom-built studio and a comfortable life in the Netherlands to start over in one of the most expensive and competitive cities on Earth? In a move that shocked her fanbase in 2025, Sina did exactly that. Moving from a serene houseboat studio to the chaotic energy of London was more than just a change of address. It was a calculated gamble to save her career from becoming a repetitive relic of the past. London is the heart of the European music scene, but it's also a brutal environment for independent artists. The revealed reason for this move was her need to collaborate with real musicians in a live setting, moving away from the isolated basement recordings that defined her early years. However, the costs associated with London are DMN high, and for someone whose revenue is constantly snatched by labels, the risk is astronomical. Fans have questioned if this was a smart move or a desperate attempt to stay relevant. Our investigative look into her 2026 status shows that she is now embedded in the UK session scene, but the transition hasn't been smooth. She's had to rebuild her production workflow from scratch while navigating a city that doesn't care about your subscriber count. This relocation saga is the ultimate test of her brand. Can the girl in the basement become a London session pro? Or will the brutal reality of the UK market off the momentum she's spent a decade building? She is no longer playing it safe, and that shift in energy is palpable in every new video she releases from her new metropolitan headquarters. Is the era of the simple drum cover officially dead, or is Sina just raising the bar so high that no one else can reach it? Her recent 2026 projects have revealed a massive shift in production scale, specifically her obsession with one-take, orchestral recordings. In a shocking departure from her solo videos, she has begun organizing sessions with up to 20 different musicians, all recording simultaneously to capture a raw and unfiltered sound. This is a direct middle finger to the robotic and over-edited music that dominates the charts today. However, the technical difficulty of these sessions is DMN insane. One mistake from a single violinist or a missed beat from Sina, and the entire payout for the day is wasted. This all-or-nothing approach has kept viewers on the edge of their seats, but it also highlights her growing disdain for the formulaic content that first made her famous. She's no longer interested in easy wins. She's chasing musical immortality, even if it means alienating the fans who just want to see her play AC/DC covers. The exposed truth of these sessions is that they are horrendously expensive to produce, often requiring her to empty her pockets to pay fellow musicians while the greedy labels wait to claim the digital rights. It's a brutal cycle of art versus commerce. By pushing for these massive, complex arrangements, she is proving her worth as a producer and leader, but she is also playing a dangerous game with her channel's retention. Will the average viewer stick around for an 8-minute jazz fusion epic, or is she offing her own growth in pursuit of a dream? Can a creator who built her throne on the work of others ever truly succeed with her own voice? This is the ultimate gamble of the Kaimite Project, Sina's series of original albums. For years, the revealed struggle for Sina has been the transition from cover artist to original artist. It's a difficult bridge to cross. Many YouTube musicians find that the moment they stop playing familiar hits, their views plummet into the abyss. Our 2026 update exposes a stark divide in her audience: those who support her musical soul and those who only want the nostalgia bait. Sina has been vocal about the fact that her original music is where her future lies, but the brutal reality of the algorithm often punishes this creativity. If she can't make Kaimite a commercial success, she may be forced back into the cycle of covers just to keep the lights on in her London studio. This is the hidden conflict that defines her current era. She is fighting for the right to be original in a world that demands repetition. Every new track is a shocking test of her influence. Will the fans who followed her for a 7-nation army cover stay for a complex original composition? The accusations surfaced that she's abandoning her roots, but from a reporter's perspective, she is simply refusing to let her talent off itself in a basement of cover songs. The stakes have never been higher, and the revealed outcome of this project will determine if she is a flash in the pan or a permanent fixture in rock history. As we look at the state of rock music in 2026, we are left with a thought-provoking question. In a world where AI can mimic any beat and algorithms dictate what we hear, is there still room for a real human behind the kit? Sina Doering's journey from a German basement to a London powerhouse has exposed every flaw in the modern music industry, from predatory copyright claims to the brutal pressure of digital fame. She has survived the industry plant rumors, the academic burnout, and the financial trap of being a cover artist. But her story isn't over. As she pushes further into original territory and high-stakes live production, she is representing every independent artist fighting for a fair shot. The shocking truth is that her success isn't guaranteed. She is still grinding every day to justify her place in the sun. But perhaps that's what makes her so compelling to her 2 million followers. She isn't just a drummer, she's a survivor. Whether she's playing a classic hit or a risky new original, she reminds us that real music requires real sacrifice. As you watch her next video, ask yourself, are you watching a girl play the drums, or are you watching the last stand of authentic rock and roll in a robotic digital world? What happened next in her career might shock us all, but one thing is certain: the beat goes on.